Hey there, Zesty boys. My name is Tony Shire, and we're back with another beautiful Zesty podcast, episode 3. I am joined today by 3 close friends. All the way to that direction is Mitchell Gunn.
Hello, everybody.
We got Joey Becknell.
Hey, how you doing?
And my good friend, Gleb Mitskevich.
What's going on, everybody?
You know, you didn't introduce me as Stone Hands. I thought we put that together on the last podcast.
Your hands are looking kind of small today. Did you go to the gym?
No.
Yeah.
Mitchell, you want to explain to us what happened with that little cut you got there?
This guy?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's actually a pretty good story. I was playing...
We don't have time.
All right.
I'm just kidding. You can tell your story, Mitchell.
NBA 2K19.
Oh, no.
gosh.
All right. I was playing offline solo, and the CPU was just god level, and I got pissed.
Kicking your ass, huh?
I got pissed for the first time.
CPU was gone.
Mitchell got outsmarted by a computer.
I really did. And so I got real mad, like middle school level angry, like I used to do.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah.
Used to do.
I still do.
For those who weren't here 5 seconds ago, we
No
were
one
trying
was,
we were trying to
okay?
set up
I
a
wasn't
microphone.
nearly- it
We
was-
Mitchell
have
was
freaking
freaking
video
out.
evidence of that.
Yeah.
It made sense. I wasn't freaking out. I raised my voice, and you're acting like it was a big deal.
Mitchell, you're about to make me cry.
He's still upset about
Your
it.
negative vibes are killing me.
Anyway, I got up and I kind of slapped my door, and just snapped it, and the door cut my hand.
You
I
you
broke
snapped
my
your
door.
door
I
in
broke my
hand.
door, but it was like a Neji fucking 64-gram palm that thing.
Mitchell Kyle Gunn.
Yeah, I'm caught. Dude. You're lucky it wasn't drywall. My hand would have gone right through that thing, dude.
How many Monster Energies did you have that day?
That day only like 4 or 5.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it wasn't like a lot.
Yeah, no,
How does
that
it-
wasn't the problem.
How does it feel to be worse at basketball than a computer?
Well,
I'm just
first off,
picturing Mitchell
think
like
about
on, I'm picturing Mitchell on like an actual basketball court with just like a 90s computer monitor with like the score is like 20-0.
I imagine you in full basketball garb when you play that game.
No.
And then
but
every time you score,
I had a
you do the
headband on.
jersey
I
like
had a
pull it
headband.
every day.
I looked over.
You look around the room and then just look back down.
You can shit on me for my passions, but it just shows I care, Just shows I care a lot,
He's
right?
Good for you.
He's
Yeah.
a caring,
Dedication.
caring
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
We'll
So
get a scholarship one day.
yeah, exactly. Esports are on the rise. All right. If a scout saw me with that kind of passion, that kind of fire,
How often do scouts come into your bedroom while you're playing video games?
Yeah, and you can put that broken door on your resume.
I mean,
Breaks
honestly,
door when
I
angry.
wonder if that will be like a thing for
Passion.
esports. Is like how many
Like
controllers you've broken.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe it'll be like
Hey,
a
maybe
red
like
flag.
stats.
Or
It
something.
will be a red
Yeah,
flag,
it's like a
yeah.
funny stat.
Like it'll be like a red flag if somebody like broke 30 controllers in his career. They don't want to get him because he's one of those bad boys.
He's
Like how they have in
aggressive.
sports.
Oh yeah.
But
Like
instead
they
of
have
having
He's one of
Esports.
those loose cannons.
Esports is a sport.
like,
You
maybe.
You know what they say?
Maybe.
A loose cannon eventually points your way.
Mhm.
Is that like the whole saying?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
We're on
No,
Reddit.
it's
Did you
not.
get that one?
Yeah,
Gleb?
I stripped that directly from new sentences.
R/sound like you're smart.
It
I
didn't
am
work.
very smart.
Yeah, that's what they made that based off of Gleb.
Yep.
Yep.
Fuck
Yeah.
you.
Fuck you, Gleb.
Good one, Mitchell.
I was mad at Mitchell
Trying
at
to-
first,
yeah.
but now I'm on his side.
Gotta avert the attention away
Yeah,
from me.
exactly.
Let's divert the attention back to Mitchell's sweater, shall we?
Yeah. Mitchell, you wearing a shirt under that sweater?
No, and I'll tell you why.
Mitchell,
because
Tell
it
us
is
why, please,
June.
Mitchell.
Or it's May,
It's
almost
almost
June.
June.
May,
almost.
Almost
okay?
June.
There's a pretty.
It's
there's a-
June 1st here in 2 hours.
Is it?
Mhm.
What's today? 31st.
Mhm.
31st. Well,
32nd.
Okay. Yeah.
30 seconds.
So where's your undershirt, Mitchell?
I don't have one. Okay, because I
Can-
want.
can you
I'm
prove it?
trying to look nice. Okay, I'm trying to look nice at work. I don't have any good
For
short
whom?
sleeve for work. What do you mean? This is what I wore to work.
Where do you
man.
work?
I work. I'm not gonna.
Did your boss tell you to wear something cute next time? And that's the best you could do.
I'm sorry, I'm not a
Mitchell
fucking janitor.
sleeping his way
I
up the
can't
ladder.
wear a goddamn onesie to work.
I wish that I got a onesie with my name on it, but I just wore gym shorts today.
You're supposed to wear good stuff to work, man.
That's good stuff.
And
But
this isn't even good. That good of stuff.
Mitchell,
You gotta
got-
dress for the job you want, not the job you have. And it looks like you want to work at a Starbucks right now.
you got to prove that you don't have anything under there.
Yeah, you gotta prove
You
it.
got to prove it. Otherwise, nobody's gonna.
Pop that top.
No
off.
one's gonna believe that.
Oh Jesus.
I just saw a mole. That's good
And,
enough
like,
for
you should
me.
probably
I
get
do
that
have a
checked out.
big ass mole. I
Yeah.
don't remember
Is it bigger than an eraser? It is bigger than an eraser.
That's cancerous.
Yeah, you gotta go to the
That is
dermatologist.
You don't
cancer.
think I've gotten this fucking mountain checked out before?
That's the wrong side.
Yeah,
to
you're on
show
the
You
wrong
don't even
side.
know
There
what
it is.
side the
right
mountain's
there. I
on.
can feel. It's nothing.
Honestly,
The mountain that rides.
nothing.
It's cancer.
It's nothing.
Wait, you want to go ahead and like redraft your will while we record this podcast?
Okay, you
I'm,
guys
I'm,
are.
I'm seeing
That's
that
been-
thing grow.
You guys are attacking me
That
for
is
my character.
6 minutes of
Do you
Mitchell
consider your
roasting.
do you consider your mole your character?
It's a part of my personality sometimes, you know.
In a pinch, you can talk about it at a bar.
Yeah.
You guys like moles? No, I got one.
Didn't it start a conversation just now? You didn't. I
It did
wasn't even
start a
part of the
conversation.
scene, so you just proved my
Y-
fucking
You're
point.
the,
Okay.
you're the only reason
That's
this
a great point,
podcast hasn't tanked.
Yeah. So I'm not wearing anything underneath it. There you
Okay,
go.
all right, there it is.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
new
there it
topic.
is.
new
All
right.
topic.
Nice. Good stuff.
Oh,
hey!
Holy shit. That is a-
Finally.
Yeah.
This
Zap.
is why I
Anyone else
showed
sweating
up.
in here?
It is
No, we're
weird.
not wearing sweaters.
It is very hot in this corner.
Yeah, it
We'll
is
let
hot.
the,
in this
we'll let
corner.
the fans decide.
We got a
We,
grow
we
light.
don't. We don't have
shining on
any
us.
fans in here. It would be nice. If
We don't have any
I meant the
fans
fans at
anywhere.
home.
I mean, I meant any kind of fan.
Yeah.
Joey, where'd you get this coffee from?
I got it at the Great Dunkin' Donuts. In fact, you were there when I got that coffee.
How's it taste? What do you
This seems forced.
tell the fans how much you love this company?
How much do I love Dunkin' Donuts, our sponsor?
Yeah.
Our sponsor.
The
did,
stone spider.
You gotta
did
roll
I
with
not
it now.
did I not get the news?
You gotta roll it. Yeah, I secured
Yeah,
a
I'd
pretty
like
big
to-
deal.
They're paying us $200K a
Every
year.
episode, dude.
Yeah, so I'd like to take a brief moment to
Mocha?
mocha.
Oh.
Mocha.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
there it
A
is.
little Freudian slip there. You
I'd like to take a
dumbass.
brief
Freudian
moment to
slip.
thank our
Fruit
sponsor,
E-N.
Dunkin'
That's the
Donuts.
new
Freudian
drink
slip.
at Dunkin' Donuts.
What's
This
Dunkin'
is-
Donuts like slogan?
Everything
American-
runs on Dunkin'.
America
Dude, they
runs on
said
Dunkin'.
Big Kurt told us that whenever we got.
I knew that.
Big Kurt.
That was our cashier, our drive-through person was Big Kurt.
Big Kurt.
He was one of the nicest guys.
Shout out to Big Kurt.
He was very gentlemanly.
Big Kurt exit.
There's a name drop. Dude, did
Big
you know
Kurt.
one of those
Big Kurt's
large,
fine.
like extra large iced coffees from there has 400 milligrams
Oh.
of caffeine?
I do.
I mean,
not doubt
400
that.
milligrams of caffeine's not that much.
That's a lot.
It is a lot.
No,
The-
but
the
that's more than any energy drink.
The caffeine pills I take when I drink are 200 milligrams. I take
Okay.
like 9
when
of
you
those.
drink.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it keeps me
I
up.
remember you offered me one.
Yeah, it's like
I was up for a long time.
Four Locos like nerfed their recipe,
Oh
and
Jesus.
now I have to like recreate it myself by just pouring like caffeine pills into a Four Loco.
I don't.
Oh
I don't
my God.
Does Four Loko have any caffeine in it at all?
No, they like changed it because people started dying, which is
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah, it's pretty
Apparently.
fucking
If you don't
lame.
die when you're drinking something,
Yeah.
right?
Have you guys ever tried a sidewalk slammer? It's where you drink
No.
you have a 40 and a
You get
Four
that at
Loco.
Denny's?
You drink half the 40,
So-
pour the Four Loco into it, finish it, and then slam the glass bottle on the sidewalk.
Great.
Oh, I've seen, yeah, it's really good for the environment.
It's-
and
That's good for
community.
everybody involved.
Hey man, glass is biodegradable, isn't it?
Sound spider.
Maybe in like 130 years.
Joey.
100. I feel like it's more like a few
Yeah,
thousand.
yeah.
Joey has.
But hey, the
sound
Earth is
spider.
like the Earth is like 2019 years
Fondling
old,
beneath the
so
table.
like it has time to take
Yeah,
care
we'll
of
get
it.
there eventually.
Everything is possible through our Lord and Savior.
We're all sharing Joey's coffee as well.
I don't like coffee 'cause it makes my breath smell bad. Mitchell doesn't like coffee either.
Joey, tell him what you got in that coffee.
It is just a black cup of coffee.
Now
that's the
we
best
all
kind.
know that he doesn't enjoy that either, right,
No.
guys?
I
Hey,
think
no. Hey, I'm right there
I
with
think
you.
we
Black
were actually
coffees are
talking about
delicious.
we were actually talking about
Please
Joey
agree with me.
drinking black coffee on the last episode
really?
for our repeat listeners.
Oh,
Oh, did you
yeah.
not listen to it, Mitchell?
Yeah, I was not there.
Not even
dude.
a real fan.
I was coked out of my mind. I was fucking-
As you have to be.
Wait, were you really, or is this like a bit?
No,
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 it's
he
just-
did
No.
it off of the table, and it's going up shortly.
Yeah, he was doing a lot of coke.
Oh.
I don't
we
think that's
also talked about your coffee.
Well,
Yeah,
that's what
yeah.
I was referring to. I knew that
I
Mitchell's
know.
too much of a pussy to do coke.
yeah. Ooh.
Shooting.
Oh.
I'm going home.
Guys,
I'm just-
be quiet. I heard my dad wake up upstairs. He doesn't know we're here.
That is post-traumatic stress from Vietnam, right?
He does.
He's probably freaking out.
He's probably
Yes.
beating the shit out
my,
of Tommy right
My
now.
ringtone is an AK-47.
I think we also mentioned PTSD last podcast as well.
I don't think we mentioned it the first one. Look at this. We're all over the place.
Oh, jeez, we're getting it all mixed up, guys.
Yeah, you got to go back and watch the first two. I mean,
Yeah.
if you want to know what's happening in this podcast, you really need to watch the whole
Please
series.
disable ad blocker.
Yeah,
all
make sure to
run
like
together.
and subscribe to Zesty Boys on YouTube.
Yeah. We're going to need all that if you want to really know what's going on here.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start out with one of the topics here that I wanted to talk about. So we're all college graduates,
You
Close.
are not.
very close. Mitchell,
You're not a college graduate.
almost. We're a semester
You
away.
think you're gonna pass?
50% of us are
50%.
graduates.
Exactly half in this room are college graduates.
I'd say 100% of us are on a successful college path.
Yeah, we're almost done. But so
I was a film major. I wouldn't consider that successful.
we're all almost
Outdoor
done.
leadership.
I'm a
And
janitor.
I think now would be an excellent time for a reflection. So
Bring out the mirror.
it's sitting right there.
Bring it.
So what are,
Tommy's trying to lift a
what are
2-ton
some,
mirror right now.
what are some of the things that you enjoyed about college?
Speak of the devil and he will appear.
Hey.
Tommy, bring the mirror. That rhymed. That was a good quote. Tommy, shut up. We're trying to podcast.
Yeah, it's getting real fucking bowl sweaty back here.
It's real hot. Yeah. All right,
So
back
just
to the
off
top.
camera is Tommy speaking
Oh,
to
they-
us.
No,
know-
they
they
know.
know
Tommy's a recurring character.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
We've got
Now
I'm
it's-
new here.
Now-
We've got a Tommy cam going. All right, so what
see what he's up to
did you
later.
enjoy about college, and what did you not enjoy about college, and would you do it again if you had the option?
Are you asking if I'm going to get my master's in film?
Would I do it again?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like
If
as
you
in
knew.
as in like restart from freshman year or like
Yeah, like if
Get
you
another
knew all
undergrad.
the debt that you're going to be put into, and
Oh.
what you
I
majored
had
in
scholarships.
and all that kind of stuff, would you do it again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoyed college.
No.
Mm,
What was what was your rose? What was your favorite part about it?
Just hanging out with people, being like it was very strange being a freshman, like literally not recognizing anything on campus and everything was just so new. But by senior year, it was just everything was the back of my hand, and it honestly got a little boring senior year. Like freshman year was probably my favorite year of college because just everything was so new.
Yeah,
Mine was the opposite. My senior year was my favorite year for sure.
I completely agree with
It's
that.
fun. We found our good friend group, had some good roommates, had a good old time, went downtown,
Yeah.
snorted some coke.
Lots of coke. Mitchell's never actually done coke, but he's gonna get all the like career repercussions as
Yeah,
if he
yeah.
has.
Okay.
You're right, my face is kind of attached to this, huh?
So I bet your boss is watching this right now.
There is absolutely no way my boss.
What was his name again?
First and last, please.
Well done, Mitchell. You
What's
got it.
your social security
I'll say it
number?
rhymes with Mott's. Or just
Um,
Mott, I guess.
Scott.
Mott
Fuck.
Scott Mott.
Lot.
Call him up. Tommy, call Scott Mott.
Brat.
Brat. it's the wiener capital of Georgia. Scott Mott's brats.
You think?
That's good.
It is good.
Pat
But
that one.
Mitchell, I completely agree with you. I think the senior
Can you
year.
cough into the microphone more directly next time?
Yeah. No, before you speak again, get your mouth encompassing the actual
This is
mic.
gonna be a
and
real.
then,
This is gonna be a real ear rapey podcast. I feel bad for the
This is
viewers.
now my microphone because most of my saliva is on it.
I have replacement filters. I knew you were gonna pull this.
I do it every time. But no, I agree.
Okay, back up a little bit.
Do you agree?
It rings my earphones every time too. But I agree. I think the senior year was the best because you actually knew what was going on and everything was set up and you're settled in and you're not as scared as you were as a freshman.
Yeah. That was,
And you can have like fun responsibly.
yeah.
You know your limits and all that kind of stuff.
Is this a beer ad or something?
Mm-hmm.
Have fun responsibly.
Know your limits. Only drink and drive if you cool.
No, but I agree. I'm just shitting on you.
We don't kink shame here. That's fine.
How about you, Joe? What do you think?
I think I had a really unique college experience as I went to a liberal arts.
But also private Christian academy.
Up in the mountains.
Just to address something, I went to Young Harris College, and it
name
is
drop.
Don't name
actually
drop. Don't
No,
name
they-
drop.
It was one of those.
Well, we
Ra-
don't
it was
want-
like you know rattlesnake churches. That was a rattlesnake college. Like they just
Really?
you just had to hold rattlesnakes all the time. And
Yeah.
if they bite you, that means you fail.
Yeah, isn't that right, Joe?
bingo. Actually, spot on. That was actually part of orientation. But no, it was a really small college, so there was a lot of unique kind of tradition and stuff associated with the school, and I would agree with Tony here. I think freshman year, the
1 point for the boys back home.
the splendor and kind of the mystery of everything
Is
was
that a
really...
sugar brand?
What's that?
Splendor. Stop trying to steal my comedy thunder. So, being a small school, did you ever have any awkward hookups that were really extra awkward because you had to run into that person a lot? I see you smiling.
No, not me personally. I dated the same girl for like 3 of the 4 years, and the other year I was just bebopping around doing freaking nothing. But that was a regular occurrence at the school. I had awkward interactions where I maybe like offended somebody, like
Just
kind of
saying
like
real,
in a parking lot or something.
Did you say the N
Yeah,
word?
about to say something real
Yes.
racist.
That's actually something I loved about college. It absolutely.
The frequency
Now
of that
that's-
word being
all right.
used.
Hold on.
Let's unpack that a
And
little bit.
that's gonna be edited out.
No, it will not be.
One thing I loved about college was the fact that I was
Oh.
exposed to way more diversity and so many more diverse groups than I had
Can
before.
you list them?
I mean, quite
you don't
literally.
you don't have to list them.
I'll go there, but yeah, it really broadened my horizons, made me understand a lot of things, and it kind of helped me round myself a little bit.
Did you ever find a hellbender?
I did not, although they're... Never mind, I shouldn't name drop. Cut it out.
A hellbender? They're like really big salamanders, and if anyone corrects me, they're wrong.
Yeah, they're very large.
You ever see what's it called? A Gala monster?
A Gila monster,
Gila
the thing from
monster.
Holes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those are actually going to be found in like Arizona and New Mexico. so-
Okay.
And in the movie
Coyote.
Holes.
How big is
Peter.
that salamander?
The hellbender?
The hellbender.
They can get to be, I think, like 6 to 7 feet at their
Are you
largest.
fucking
Yeah, they're
kidding me? That's
crazy.
like
I could
that's
be
like
wrong.
An alligator.
You have to go like super North Georgia to find them in Georgia because they're super cold
Yeah,
water.
yeah. You'll
'cause
find
it's so
them
oxygenated.
Exactly.
Water pennies.
6
That's
to
a bug.
7 feet.
Oh, he meant meters.
And larger. I could honestly.
Dude, that's the size of a person.
Here, let's just like we've got phones at our fingertips right
That's
now.
what Tommy's for, dude.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
yell at
yeah.
Tommy.
Oh yeah,
Tommy,
you're
go,
right.
go,
You-
and,
you
go
got-
and counter a hellbender.
Engineer Tommy, go catch a hellbender.
Tommy,
for-
how large do hellbenders get?
Dude, that doesn't
All
make
right,
sense.
we got the Google machine computing
That
us
lives in a
right now.
freshwater
Yeah.
river.
Stream.
And also with that, they live in rivers that might be only a couple feet deep.
hmm I saw a video. It wasn't a hellbender, but it was a giant salamander. I believe it was in Japan,
Mhm.
and the guy like fed it like a full size
Those
largemouth
suckers are
bass.
huge.
Like it was crazy.
Yeah, those are way bigger.
Hellbender only grows to about 29 inches.
29
but
inches.
There's an Asian giant salamander that grows to up to 5.9 feet.
Okay.
Look at me.
What?
The Asian giant salamander
Really?
can grow to 5-6 feet.
Yeah.
110 pounds.
Yes, really.
But hey, still 27
110
inches.
pounds. Wow.
That is
Fuck.
a fucking
That's
fish.
That's like almost as much as like me. That's bigger than I was in high school.
That's a juvenile crocodile.
Like wrestling state
Juvenile
championships, lightweight me versus a giant Asian giant salamander.
Jesus.
I lost bad. Boy's slippery. He got to pick the
Mm.
playing field too. It was
Did
a
you-
creek.
Wow.
Like that was
Can't
bullshit,
believe the high
honestly.
school
Like
administration sanctioned that.
yeah, like I had to go to Japan to fight this thing in a creek.
Or North or
He had home field advantage. He knew the terrain, and it was a fucking creek.
Yeah.
It was
You're not gonna win.
You're
9
not.
times out of 10, you're
9
not gonna
times
win
out of 10. Like he might as well have just been like the heavyweight at that
Yeah.
point.
Was it the one?
Sorry to go off on a rant. I could have played in college. Played wrestling in college.
Did you really wrestle in
Played
high school?
wrestling.
I did not. I wanted to because I was like actually 103 and the light class was 105.
Create a new weight class.
super
This-
featherweight.
The sickly weight.
Yeah.
It's
Malnourished.
me and a child from St. Jude
Jesus.
going at it.
I'd watch it honestly.
Winner
Wait, would you let the kid win or would you beat that kid's ass?
winner gets to throw the opening pitch at a Braves game.
No, that's worth it.
You
right
know
there.
I'm going all in.
Yeah, that's my dream.
That was back when Chipper
Just to
Jones
beat
was
up
on the
St.
team.
Jude's child.
Jesus.
Chipper Jones.
Put a-
Couldn't tell you a single stat about him.
Put a
I thought he was the pitcher for the longest time. He's the
I
third
thought,
baseman.
I thought his name was Pitcher Jones for a long time.
And he played chipper.
Yeah. I thought he was a golfer.
I applied to be a caddy also, because apparently caddies make sweet money.
How do you apply to be? Oh, you said a golf course.
Yeah, I just lie on LinkedIn a lot. Like I just
Yeah.
I added golfing and
not
like
good.
golf knowledge to my skills. And, yeah, you just apply, and then apparently you can make like $11 an hour, but then the real money's in the tips from like these rich
bet.
dudes who are like,
Yeah.
"Meh."
But also,
That's what they sound like. "Meh."
also it helps when you're a female. with
Yeah,
these rich dudes.
my friend's girlfriend, she was a I don't know if she was a bottle girl, but she was like worked on a golf course for a while,
Mhm.
and she like raked in the cash because these
Yeah.
dudes are just so old and creepy, and like
Mhm.
yeah, you just be a bottle girl like the cart girls, like that's crazy.
Yeah, I knew a girl back in college who did the exact same thing, and it was really stupid how much money she was making.
I've realized from editing these podcasts that I say the word like a lot, and I'm going to consciously try to not say it as much.
You're
So
gonna
You
keep
should,
saying
you
it.
should
It-
supercut every like that you say out.
we'll do that for on the Patreon. If you
Yeah.
donate $300 a month or more, you can access my like supercut.
Like. Make a song out of your likes. I always love it when they do that out of one word.
Mm-hmm.
What was that thing called where they used to take news stories and make songs out of it?
Oh, fuck! I know what you're talking about. They did it with that
Yeah, hide your kids, hide your wife.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's the fire
Yeah.
one,
That's
bronchitis.
called a meme.
I mean, it's a meme, but like there used to be a
Meme.
thing that it
Yeah,
was
it
called
was a channel.
Engineer Tommy.
I'm looking.
Okay,
There we go.
He
That's
was
what we
on the
need.
case.
we got the
Are you
Greyhound
referring to
sniffing out for
Gangnam Style by
answers.
Psy?
Gangnam Style.
Remotely.
No, we need to put together a montage or one of these compilations of us accidentally name dropping things that we shouldn't be talking about.
I remember the first time I heard about the song Gangnam Style.
Wait.
Gangnam.
Gangnam.
Oppa Gangnam Style.
Oh,
Open
no.
Gangnam.
Gangnam or Gangnam?
Do not
Oh,
care.
God.
Gangnam.
Psy could
Joe,
be
is it
dead for all I
Gangnam
care.
or Gangnam?
Gangnam.
Is it
Gangnam?
Gangnam? Okay, I
I'm a man
remember.
of culture.
Gundam.
I remember the first time I heard
Wait, is it
Gangnam
Psy
Style.
or is it?
Gundam style.
Gundam Style. It was during my
Yeah,
sophomore.
Is it C or Psy, Joey?
Psy.
I'll just go kill myself. I can't.
Sorry, go on.
Oh no, I don't want to
It,
anymore.
it was C's.
C's Gangnam Style.
C's Gangnam Style.
It's just the channel Shimoyoho.
That's-
SCHMO.
That's about right.
It was called something though.
It just said Ben Intruder song.
Ben Intruder.
143 million views. All right. Well, I'll think of it
Hide your
after
kids, hide
we're
your wife.
podcasting, so that it's completely unrelated
Sing
to
that
my
again,
life.
Gleb.
Hide your kids, hide your wife.
That was good.
Gangnam Style.
First time I heard Gangnam Style by Psy was sophomore year of high school, and I broke my arms immediately after it. That's the entire story.
Did
Good
you,
one.
did
We're-
you
we're-
actually?
Yeah. I went
That
to a
sounds like a
I went to a
curse.
soccer game for my little brother Tommy / engineer Tommy, and like I said it again, and watched the video. I was like, this song's terrible. And afterwards, wait, no,
Pickup truck slams.
it was a pickup truck slammed into me. No, but I was watching the video, and then I went and took my longboard to the skate park. And for the first time I've ever been to that skate park, and just started just aimlessly riding around. Thought I was going down a ramp, ended up going down a quarter pipe and falling like 6 foot and catching myself breaking both arms at the same time, blacking out, and then waking up just on the ground in the skate park.
Why do you have so
like,
many
in the
stories of you
sun.
fucking falling and blacking out?
I live an interesting life.
What about the other one where you fell and almost fucking broke your head open?
The lifeguard stand.
Yeah.
I'll get to that
Oh,
one.
that,
Yeah.
that story makes me
but
cringe. That's
what?
brutal.
Gangnam Style is how much?
Fuck.
3.3
What's,
billion.
Is that the highest viewed? Is
Dude,
it
that
definitely-
is-
No, I
No
think
way.
I think that was
This
I
No,
think
it's-
Baby by Justin Bieber.
No,
was,
I think Gangnam Style is the
Is it?
highest one.
That's
Yeah,
no
Baby's
way.
far close behind. I think it's like at 1.2
Days
million, but
pass.
Gangnam Style is definitely the top.
after I broke my arms, my mom told me they were not broken,
Oh.
and my sister went to UGA at the time, and it was Parents Weekend, and so we went to Parents Weekend to watch a Dogs game while I had two broken arms.
He's sitting there with a zigzag.
And then since I was still complaining, my mom took me to like an urgent care afterwards. And like, oh yeah, they're fucked. Like we thought it was just one, but like, oh no, both bad. Like I had casts on for like 4 months.
Bet your mom felt great after that.
So could you move him around? What
No,
was
it was
the
like it was
deal?
like from like probably 2 inches below the
Was it
elbow
your
down.
It was your forearms.
Forearms, and I couldn't move my hands at all.
Oh my god.
That's actually not the first time my mom did not believe me that a limb was broken from mine. I was at a swim meet once, and we were like, it was a summer league meet, so it was real like low key, like not intense. And we were like playing tag in between races. I fell off stairs and broke my foot, and then she said, "It's not broken. Go swim." It made me swim.
Your mama warden? Your mama,
Basically, she pulls out the switch, and I shiver. She still
you got
does.
that Pavlov's dog response to it now.
I just started salivating
Yeah.
whenever she pulls out.
You started kind of like it. Oh no, Mom, I didn't mean to do that. Just disgusting.
It's like an Oedipus Pavlov Freudian slip.
You want to know how
I
I
mentioned Freud on this podcast.
One
a
of
lot.
your
This is like the
boys
fourth
were
Mitch,
time.
what was your worst injury?
let's say, my worst injury was when I was
Sound spider
5 years old.
has been passed.
I tried to, so I was out in my sandbox outside
When you were 12?
when I was 5.
Five.
When I was 5.
Was this before or after the cruise?
This was before the cruise.
Okay.
Pre-cruise, before my life actually started, yeah.
How do you remember?
Yeah, I don't know. It just kind of comes to me. But I remember I was in my sandbox outside, and a bee was bothering me, so I came back inside, and I had sand in between my toes. And the way I used to clean them out was to climb onto the sink and put my feet in the sink and clean them out. And I climbed onto the toilet, then onto the sink because I was.
Some guy came in
like a
and shot him.
Point blank, shot me right in the head. But no, I guess just being a fucking. Being an unbalanced 5-year-old, I fell backwards 4 feet and busted my head open.
And then the guy came in and shot you.
Double tap.
Yeah.
You know your life is just gaps between thinking about saxophones?
Now it is. After learning that fact.
God, I'm so
Joey,
sweaty.
careful.
Did you see that on Shower Thoughts?
I did. I did see it on r/shower thoughts. I don't think I've ever had an original thought. Most of them is just me parroting Reddit. I've figured out that if you have 3 people in this room, it's fine. But if you get more than 3
Yeah.
people in this room,
Just
it is,
balls
it
away.
is a
fucking
song.
hot. I haven't moved at
And,
all, and my
like,
palms are dripping.
For our video, the lights that's on us is literally a grow light for plants.
Something's fucking growing in my pants, I'll tell you that.
Plants
Whoa.
in the pants. Dude, I planted some cucumber seeds 3 days ago, and they're already sprouting.
Whatever.
I can show you them. Like,
Go get 'em.
I got.
Get
no.
lost.
I got red potatoes growing. I
Ooh.
got
you
cucumbers. So
grow
I'm gonna
those?
make
Just
the
put 'em-
worst salad you've ever had.
Those skaters really fucking got to you, didn't they?
The what?
Those skater boys.
Oh yeah, my
Yeah.
my friends.
We're calling back to the other podcast.
Recall
you
back
gotta
my-
watch the other
my- you
podcast.
got-
You
you
gotta follow this.
turn
They're
this
all
off.
continuations.
But yeah, they.
Put 'em
I mean, that's not really why, but I feel like they did
Maybe a hint,
subconsciously.
yeah.
Yeah, I actually just bought potatoes probably 6 months ago
That's
when I
pretty
lived in
cool.
Statesboro, and then just left them
You
under my
stick 'em in the
cabinet,
ground.
and they just completely grew in my
Yeah.
cabinet. It's like their roots everywhere, and I just took them home, planted them. They sprouted up in like 4 days. They're like 8-9 inches tall now. Like they're gonna be delicious.
Yeah,
Red potatoes.
Think he's gonna be a
onions do
ball
the
player
same
when he
thing.
grows up?
He's gonna be. Like, got like 9 inches in 7 days. Like,
Onions do the same thing.
onions.
Remember that one that I had under my sink?
Yeah,
That the
it
sprout
started-
literally sprouted a green
Yeah.
stem that
And
big, and
garlic-
it was still good.
Garlic will do it too.
Well,
Do you say pecans or pecans?
I say pecans.
Pecans. It is pecan. I can honestly see it with your
Yeah,
from
pecan.
being from Belarus,
I say
Beckons.
pecan.
Joseph.
Pecan.
And I say pecan.
Why?
I don't know. I just always have. I think it's
about-
just because of that SpongeBob episode where they're like 10-gallon hats and pecan pies.
about-
Pecan can pie.
My girlfriend made me aware of this one. I say syrup instead of
Syrup?
syrup.
Syrup. I say syrup.
Instead of srup.
How do you how do you
Basically.
pronounce the word that's spelled B-O-T-H?
What?
B-O-T-H. How do you pronounce that?
Both.
I say both.
Fuck
Both.
you,
I
man.
actually do. It's like,
Why is the L in there?
I don't know. My dad says it. He's from Washington, and there's not a lot of oxygen up
You just say
there.
Both.
It's always raining, and everyone kills
Both.
themselves.
Both.
you fucking let's say month instead of month.
Month.
You say both too?
Engineer Tommy says
Both?
both.
Shit, it's rubbing off on me.
Shire
I'm
thing.
saying
Joey,
both on
please.
it.
Yeah, see, it's infectious.
Have
Both.
no. Have,
Both.
Don't let us sway you at all. How do you say?
How do you say both?
How do you say
Both.
Both.
Okay, yeah.
Both.
Like a
So,
human.
I couldn't.
Tune in next week for the 3-person podcast. It will be a normal thing.
Mitchell, say wool.
Wool?
Woo well.
Wool.
Wool.
Wool?
Wool.
What what other silly words?
Wool.
Wool.
Say.
How do you say the N word?
Nebraska.
Dude, I would always say for
Nicotine.
my entire life I said wolf.
Wolf?
Woof.
Woof?
Woof.
How do you say
Wolf.
mountain?
Mountain.
Mountain? I don't really say the T too much.
Yeah, mountain.
I don't say
Oh,
mountain.
yeah.
I say
Mountain.
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 Sonny Mountain?
Mountain.
Yeah.
Mountain.
That's
Well,
a southern
shit, hold
thing,
on.
I think.
No, I can't remember it.
Is pecan a north? I think pecan's a southern thing too, isn't it?
Pecan's a
I think
fucking,
it goes
like,
either
fruit.
way.
Yeah,
I've-
it's different all over.
It's a
the
nut.
place.
Yeah.
Is it? I don't
Yeah,
know
it's a
anything.
I wish I knew what influenced
Oh,
pecan versus pecan.
I always
Just
thought pecans
reading
were,
it.
you know that one, I think it's it might be an olive or something. I don't know what it is, but it's that green little like grape looking thing with a red dot on it.
Oh, a watermelon.
No, not that. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it's an olive.
It's an olive? Okay. I thought that was pecan my entire life. I don't know why.
You had the You made the worst pecan pies for your mother, didn't you?
They were pissed. Yeah.
Well,
Just olive pie.
the word epitome,
Epitome, yeah.
Good word.
epitome, and the way it's spelled,
Mhm.
Epitome.
one could say epitome.
Epitome.
A couple of weeks ago, I was at dinner with my girlfriend, and
you keep bringing her up.
Yeah,
I'm like,
we
are you,
get it,
you're
bro.
flexing.
We
You
get
stop
it.
flexing.
But a couple weeks ago, I was at dinner with her, and I said, "Oh man, that guy is the epitome of
Mhm.
like
Oh.
annoyance or something."
Ooh.
And she was like,
Oh, you mean you?
"What did you just say?" And I was like, "Epitome." You know?
Speaking of girlfriends and dinner, has it ever happened to you where you say, "Hey, where do you want to eat?" and your girlfriend says, "Oh, I don't care," and then like this happened to me today.
Everybody
And-
has
and
had
no,
that happen.
so, no, I mean,
Never once.
She said, "I don't care." I was like, "Oh, do you want to go here?" She's like, "Ugh."
Yeah.
And I was like,
Oh, yeah.
All right. Yeah. Shout out to Maggie if you're listening. This
Abby.
happened today.
Margaret.
Margaret.
Have you ever seen
Margaret Thatcher.
Have you,
Abigail.
have you ever seen the Pee Wee Herman movie?
Yeah, the Pee Wee's Big Adventure.
Yeah.
I've probably seen it 60 times.
You know that one part where he's driving
Large
with Large
Marge?
and then
Oh,
her
yeah.
face goes crazy, dude.
Mhm.
I
That
fucking
scares
shit
me.
my pants when that happened.
Dude, I had to start wearing Depends all the time.
Yeah, whenever
Unrelated to that story.
like, tell him Large Marge sent you, and then fucking looked over and her eyes came out of her head.
Yeah, if you have not seen Pee Wee Herman's Big Adventure, I highly recommend seeing that movie. It is great.
I don't have a recommendation one way or the other.
Just cut that in. Just put the whole movie in between now to the end of the podcast.
All right.
Here's Pee Wee Herman's Big Adventure.
Thanks, Pee Wee. We're back.
It's like those Family Guy gags where they play Conway Twitty for
Yeah.
way too long, but
Oh,
ours is the
man.
entire Pee Wee Herman movie.
God, every time I watch Family Guy, I think, I don't want to
Dude,
watch this. Then I
uh,
enjoy it,
Fam-
then it's just like
Yeah.
never. It's
Family
always
Guy
just
makes
kinda
me feel like my brain is like melting because there's so much going on
Yeah.
every scene.
South Park makes me feel even more that way.
Oh, I really like South Park,
love-
honestly.
I can't.
Really?
No, I don't even know what it is. I think it might just be their annoying voices.
Yeah. If you ever listen to the song "Runnin'" in parentheses "Dying to Live" by Tupac Shakur and Biggie Smalls, the opening singer sounds a lot like Cartman from South Park trying to sing a song. So if you ever have
We'll
heard that
pull it
song,
up.
yeah, we'll pull it up. No, we won't.
Yeah. We
But
said that.
Well,
all
let's
time.
roll the
We'll
music
pull it up
video
in
right now.
post.
I mean, if you've watched
you're
it,
the
we
one
have
who's
pulled it
editing
up.
it.
We've
Yeah,
pulled them up.
really?
Yeah, you just don't watch the podcast, Mitchell. You
listened
do
to
not
it.
care about my dreams.
Well. Well. What was your favorite cartoon as a child?
Huh?
I don't know if I had a favorite, but I watched SpongeBob a lot.
Yeah, I think SpongeBob's still my favorite.
Dude,
The original SpongeBob.
SpongeBob was way deeper than it was when I was a kid. Like you can go back and watch it, and like I'll still laugh at it.
Yeah.
My dad used to watch cartoons with my brother and I, and that's the only show he.
That
would
was my
laugh at.
mom's favorite
Really?
too.
Yeah.
Well, a show that I used to really like when I was a kid was Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. A few years
Will
ago, I went
Chamberlain's in
back
that
and
show.
watched. A few years ago, I went back and watched it. One of the most annoying shows I've ever seen in my life. Like, I feel like just all like if you're not a child or like a kid, like kid shows just aren't good
Dude.
for the most
Fre-
part.
yeah, I'm thinking about the concept of cheese.
Yeah.
We talked about.
We
cheese
were
on the way
literally
here.
talking
We
about that
talked
on the
about
way here.
cheese.
That
But,
was
like,
so stupid.
One word that I've always hated and like because of that show is pooted. Like that was like his whole line. Like that just
Yeah.
bothered me as
But
a
I
child,
pooted
and still now.
potatoes. It was,
Yeah.
it was just like low random humor the whole time.
Yeah.
That's why all these like hot topic like scene girls like became what they are.
Oh god.
Which was your favorite imaginary friend?
Eduardo.
Eduardo's pretty good.
No one's ever actually liked it.
Dude, I wanted.
I don't even remember what he did. I think he was just afraid of everything.
I
You know,
wanted,
Baloo's your favorite.
No, I wanted
I'm just
Coco,
kidding.
dude. She would shit out toys.
Yeah,
and
Coco's
anything you
cool.
wanted.
I can't lie, when I was younger, I thought Coco was so
Hot.
stupid.
I
I
thought
was about to say hot. I was about to
Frankie,
be like,
isn't that
hell
her
yeah.
name?
Frankie.
Frankie's a babe.
Yeah.
He's a bit-
Yeah,
The old
definitely.
woman?
when I was
Real
younger.
Foster's Home baddie.
Yeah.
I think she's on Foster's
She
smoke
was-
shows
she
on the
was
Instagram page.
Dummy thick.
I thought Mac was gonna get it.
Dude.
Yeah, I thought some of that fucking some of that fucking
Yeah.
pedophile shit was
It's like
gonna go down.
Anakin and Padme type shit.
I
over there.
honestly did like the scribbles. Those were kind of cool. You remember
Yes,
that?
I remember them. They went around going.
Yeah,
like,
Frankie made those. Yeah,
Mm.
the lore of Foster's
Remember-
Home for Imaginary Friends.
Oh,
Remember
Mr.
Chalkson?
Harriman.
Yeah.
Wasn't
He's
that
an
the rabbit's
ass.
name?
Except the only one of the many things.
God, you've touched me so many times already.
One of the many things that Mr. Harriman says that I agree with is he made, I think it was Frankie, go back and change all the toilet paper rolls around because they were going under when they should be going over, which is a normal thing.
Amen. Good for
And
you.
if you flip toilet paper and put it in so that it pulls under, you can go fuck yourself.
Oh shit! I do remember that episode.
Yeah.
Tony, do you wipe standing up or sitting down?
You guys wipe?
That's all we got for this week.
I use my bathroom sink as a bidet.
How do you get your ass under there?
Have to use stirrups.
I've washed my hands in there.
I went to
Why don't you
a,
try to do that?
I
in
went to
that
the
shot?
I went to a dumpster behind a went to a dumpster behind a gynecologist and got one of those stirrup tables and just like attached my sink to it.
I use the hose.
Whoa.
Do you wipe standing up or sitting,
Sitting down. Why do you if
Joey?
you wipe standing up and have like a
Dude.
mud butt, you're just gonna have to wipe all of your cheeks.
Joey?
Sitting down.
Okay.
I'm
But
kind
back
of a
to front or
hybrid,
front
though.
to back.
If you're back to front, you got something wrong with you.
Front to
Okay.
back, front to back. Yeah.
Front to back.
You can be wiping right into your fucking
Dude.
ball hair and your
I don't even
gooch hair.
think
Dude,
about it.
why-
You guys don't nair?
There's absolutely
I wish.
no
What do you mean you
reason-
wish? You can nair.
I wish, dude.
You can.
I would love to. I really would.
I'd love to, but it's the guys upstairs.
Yes,
I'm
the
on
big
your
guy,
side.
the big guy
The
upstairs.
guy upstairs, Engineer Tommy, says no nair in the ball hair.
Why is Tommy's ass facing us right now?
I don't know.
Pull it out, Tommy.
Oh, Tommy, stop wiggling it.
Getting Gleb excited.
Yeah. Gleb's making like hungry eyes.
Hungry.
mobile.
Any
It's mobile.
so buoyant.
Gleb told me once, he's like, I wish I could bring in Tommy's ass to a movie theater, but there's no snacks allowed.
Now that's
It's one of the worst days of my life.
Quit blushing. You know it's true.
Tommy's face is getting red. I don't know if that's from the fucking ball sauna we have in here or
It's
from
the ball son, I
Yeah,
guarantee.
I think
It's like 90.
It's a good thing that you can't smell podcasts
Yeah.
because this would just be a
we
miserable
can-
experience.
once we get bigger, we can release a scratch and sniff.
That'll be on the Patreon.
Dude,
Yeah, you gotta go to the Patreon for the scratch and sniff
dude, I'm
podcast.
alright. This is back in like 06. The Dr. Seuss movie, The Cat in a Hat, came out, and,
Fuck that
and they
movie.
released at McDonald's. They had or some restaurant. They had scratch and
I
sniff.
do remember that from
like,
Burger
toys,
King.
And dude, they were the worst smelling things
Yeah,
I've ever
it-
smelled.
it was
I
Burger
about
King.
threw up whenever I was like, why are they sending this out? Why are they mass? I need to
the best
fucking burn
toy
this
is-
It
smell.
smells like a hat that hasn't been washed
Yeah.
in
It
smells like-
21
smells like a goddamn
years.
cat's hat, you know?
They got it. They nailed it.
Yeah, nailed the stench.
And that movie was awful.
Yeah, yeah, it was.
Was it a real life version?
Yeah, it was a live action.
Yeah,
Like
I think Mike Myers was
yeah,
in it.
Michael Myers
Yeah.
was wearing like a furry suit.
Yeah,
He was,
Horror movie guy.
it was a terrible movie, but I credit that to making me a furry.
yeah.
My persona is a snow wolf named Jason Steele.
Good for you.
That was really, really brave.
Thank you.
It's really hard to do that.
Catch me at FurCon in my basement tomorrow night. Tickets are free.
What's
We're
your
drilling
preferred
the
animal?
glory hole in room 418 on.
My favorite animal, like just in general,
No, to be a furry.
alligator.
Jeez.
That's not furry in any dimension.
I'm kind of a bad boy in the furry community.
I like that.
You're leather.
The society might not like it.
If you could be any animal, what would you be?
Oh,
Fucking worm.
What kind of
Gorilla.
worm? What kind of gorilla?
What?
Like silverback?
Yeah, like the
Okay.
biggest one. It's basically
What
like
big-
having
the big-
super
Bigger
strength.
Tony, name another worm besides Earth.
Silk.
Besides
Inch.
Red
Okay,
Wriggler.
All right.
Tape.
You can, just think, you can
Ring.
think much faster.
Nightcrawler.
Jesus.
We're worm
Gummy.
guys. Gummy. Sour gummy.
I'm a big. I'd probably be like a
Big
an
worm
eagle.
guy.
Nice.
Someone asked me that question once, and I said a seagull, and they said, "Wow, that's annoying."
Yeah.
And then you cawed back at
Like,
him.
I like
And you
tilted
fucking shit
my
on the
head
ground
back.
and flew away.
See,
You shit on
seagulls
the
would be
ground
sweet.
and
That-
steal a man's hot dog right
That's-
out of his
yeah,
hand.
see, I know I'd be really good at stealing French fries from people at like the pier. Like
Yeah.
being a seagull would be sweet.
Maybe being a bear.
A bear.
They're
I'd
just
like to be a bear.
I saw something. It was like with gorillas, like we've never seen their true potential. As if we like got them on supplements and like started working them out. Like imagine what you could
It's
make
also
like a
from
gorilla. Is that from Reddit?
Yeah.
Sorry. Welcome to Reddit the podcast. My name is Tony Shire,
I'll be your
and I will
commentator.
be plagiarizing the internet.
Have you seen the subreddit like r/I have Reddit?
No.
It kind of popped up, I think, in these last couple weeks. But
Really?
It's literally people in like YouTube comment sections going like r/whoosh whenever
Really?
someone's missing something.
I like the spot the mobile user where they like spell it
Oh, yeah.
spell r/whoosh wrong. Whoosh.
Whoosh.
Whoosh. Is it whoosh or whoosh?
Whoosh.
Whoosh.
Oh,
I
shit.
think it's
We're back
whoosh.
onto this.
Whoosh, whoosh.
When I was a kid, my parents used to bully me, and they would say.
And that concludes the podcast.
I couldn't say my R's, or I would say,
I couldn't say my R's either.
yeah, I'd be like, Mary had a widow wham. And it was fucking cute as shit. My parents made me say it 50, 60 times a day.
Not only they were bullying you, I think they were just loved you.
No, and then they beat the shit out
Oh
of me.
yeah, yeah. You left that part.
Yeah.
And then Rick called you muscle butt.
You mean
My
Wick?
was a nickname as a kid was Wick, yeah. Fucking Wick, stop calling me muscle butt.
You called him Rick while
Yeah.
you were a child.
Wick.
Hey, Wick. It's Mitchell. It's Daddy.
Hey, Wick, why don't you whip
Hey,
me up
shut
a
it.
sub or something? Wick, make yourself useful.
Make yourself useful, Wick. I got a loaded pamper for you to take care of.
I got a tit to suck later, Wick.
Where's your wife? I was trying to think of something funny, couldn't get it.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
almost there.
Yeah,
We're almost a comedy podcast.
Couple more podcasts.
Only like 90 more.
Yeah. Maybe we'll get there.
Maybe we'll get there. I wonder how many we'll get before you boys ship back off to college, and then it's just me and Joey running this show.
That's why I'm here. You're beginning to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Joey's an intern.
You're
We're grooming
he's
you.
the intern.
Yeah, I'm being groomed to be one-on-one.
Gleb's done one podcast, and me and Mitchell have done two, and we are lording over Joey, acting like he knows nothing.
Joey, get the fuck out of here, bro.
I mean,
We're pro podcast.
Yeah. No, dude, you're doing fine.
You're doing a
Thank
great
you.
job. You need regular headphones. You look.
Yeah.
I feel
and a
like
microphone.
Yeah.
You're just
I
sitting
feel
in a
like an
Starbucks
idiot.
right now.
They can tell you're the intern before we
Drinking
said
coffee
it.
with headphones.
You're
and
actually
shit.
you're just
Joey's studying at a coffee shop. right now.
you're the
I
first.
should have my laptop ready.
You're just the first live viewer of this podcast.
You're right.
Yeah, every week we're gonna try to add a new trinket to this table. That coffee cup stays. Now my tasteful candy dish. I don't know what happened to all those Snickers. I ate like one of
I
them.
wonder what happened.
Did you eat them?
I don't know.
Okay, Gleb ate the Snickers.
Gleb is the biggest grazer I've ever met in my life. If you put any type of food source in front of him, he will consume it.
Gotta do it, dude.
You are like a vacuum, dude. When you go to Waffle House, dude, you shut that place down.
God, I cannot eat. Like I used to get All Stars, but I just ended up wasting half my food. I'm like, this is stupid. Now I get the bacon, egg, and cheese.
Dude,
That's what I
Melt.
get.
The thing is delicious. Eggs
I-
over medium.
Texas
Can't
patty
beat it.
melt.
It's pretty
Can't
good,
go
dude.
wrong.
I can't get an all-star anymore because I feel just so terrible after eating.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
so
Oh, yeah.
dreadful. But it is so good.
That's what I'm paying for though. when I
Yeah.
go to Waffle
for
House.
for the smell that lingers on all of your clothes and then just being
Dude,
out of commission for 6
I
hours.
love the smell of a Waffle House, especially like after like a long hiking trip. Like when we went to Three
yeah.
Forks that one time, we went to Waffle House afterwards. That was tight.
Three
It was
Forks.
tight.
Or like a cheap Mexican restaurant after a big hike.
Dude,
or
yeah,
any
and they
sort
put
of-
chips and salsa right in front of you.
Oh
immediately.
my
That is
God.
the greatest feeling.
What's your go-to Mexican food like order if you're at a sit-down restaurant?
some combination with a chili relleno.
Chili relleno.
Is it
I
Rayano?
think it's Rayano. That's the one with
It's
cheese and
double
stuff
L,
in it.
yeah.
Yeah, that would be a Rayano, I believe.
a Rayano.
I go for
Chili.
the three-way fajita nachos with shrimp, steak, and chicken,
Dude,
and
shrimp,
queso.
shrimp nachos
Excuse
are
me.
very tasty.
Yeah.
Very tasty.
I usually just get shredded chicken nachos
Oh my
as a go-to.
What are you, sick?
That's not bad.
I don't know.
Kidding, but
Do you guys like street tacos kind of thing?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
dude, I love street
Mhm.
tacos, like al pastor and stuff like that.
You know what? If it's Mexican food, I'm not
Yeah.
complaining.
It all kind
Mm.
of tastes relatively the
I
same,
w-
but it's
I
all
was-
very good.
I was talking about this I talk about it with a lot of people, but most recently my family. Mexican food is similar to Italian food in the same way that they're basically all the dishes are pretty much the same things, just kind of like how you prepare the ingredients is different, like what pasta you use, like how
Mhm.
much, like what cheese and stuff. I mean, I guess that just makes it
I
sound
mean,
stupid, but
what-
like with like nachos, it's basically the same as what you get in a burrito, except it's
Yeah.
like fried tortillas that you're eating it
Yeah.
off of with cheese instead of like rolled.
That's true.
Right.
yeah,
Just
like
have a
what
noodle.
what cultural food isn't like that though?
I don't
Yeah.
know.
I think they're all like.
What's your
relatively
favorite
same.
cultural food?
Dude, I
Boigas.
fucking
Burgers.
love. Call me biased, but I love Russian food, dude.
What is Russian? Like
Yeah.
just plain
Dude,
potatoes?
Break
it's
that down
literally-
for me.
A boiled
literally-
potato.
It's potato base in everything.
And
fish,
plutonium.
fish.
What kind of fish
carrots.
generally?
It's
Element
just a bunch of like root
115.
vegetables.
Okay. But fish is not a root vegetable.
It is there. There's no ocean.
This is sandfish. It's very tasty.
Look, it float in water.
One thing
Look him
that's
swim.
No, it's mostly root vegetables and then some like egg and
That
a lot of
sounds
mayonnaise.
miserable.
No, dude, it's really fucking and pickles. Pickles are a big thing.
Ugh.
there.
like in
Tomatoes,
stews and stuff.
stews, a lot of soups, bread.
Dude.
Basically, your rudimentary food groups, but just
What
mashed
you would
together.
make if
It's
you
like the
didn't have
Bible.
anything around.
Russia is the Bible or Game of Thrones,
Yeah.
basically, just eating what peasants would eat.
Yeah, I mean, it's exactly
And
that.
I
Some
want to
weird
try that
fish.
pink shit. When it's
Dude, you gotta
prepared.
try. You gotta,
Pepto-Bismol?
you gotta
Yeah.
try it when my mom makes it, because
Let's say
I
like
make
a-
it like garbage.
It
Like,
just had a lot of
What,
salt.
what is,
in
what is
comparison.
pink shit?
Does
Is
that
that the
help
official
me?
thing?
it's fish in a
This
fish
is
in a
pink
blanket.
shit.
Yeah.
It's fish in a blanket. So listen to this.
Sounds
It's not
disgusting.
fish in a blanket.
That's the fucking name of it, bro.
Just put
So
smoked
you
salmon in a
you have
crescent roll.
potato. You have potato as your basal layer.
Right.
All right, and you shred all these ingredients. So you have
How
potato,
do you shred
Okay.
potatoes?
and then you.
Hash
Oh, I
browns,
get-
dude.
yeah,
hash brown,
okay,
come
I'm
on.
stupid.
Come
Dude,
on.
you just said you went to
I'm
Waffle
I'm
House.
just negative, okay?
So you have that, and then you have carrot is the next layer, and then you have canned herring that's salted as the following
Oh, we
layer.
smelled it.
Yeah. Okay. So apparently there's one that you can buy that's like pre-salted that is much better. That's the one that my mom uses,
Gotcha.
and it's very tasty. The one I used was shit. It was literally just canned herring. And then you have egg, and then you have beet, and then on top of that you have mayonnaise.
That's
And there's
horrible.
a shit ton of salt, dude. It's fucking delicious. You gotta try.
Have you ever heard of surströmming? It's like a
No.
Swedish dish. It's illegal on airplanes because I think it's actually just canned like rotting herring. They like love it there.
Mm.
Apparently it tastes really good, but the smell is just so bad
Yeah.
it is illegal to bring on airplanes.
Yikes.
What-
Surströmming.
What is it? What is that thing?
Box
The-
cutters.
No, it's
Oh.
it's
I thought we were talking about planes.
there's like that like that egg that you can get that has like the chicken in it that
Oh,
you
you
can
mean
get at Asian restaurants. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh,
Oh, what
it's
Is
like
that
a-
also
The
fermented?
deviled egg.
Yeah, it is a fermented chick. Engineer
Yeah, it's like
Tommy,
a
do you know what that's
fetus
called?
chicken egg.
The like eggs
called a
that have
zygote.
like chicken still in it that you eat.
It's called a
Balut,
test
that's
tube.
what it's called.
Nice, Tommy.
Gleb, it's called balut.
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 Oh yeah, I forgot. Tommy's got a goddamn
Where
6,
where is
7
that from
GPA.
originally, region wise?
I want to say India based off the name.
Yeah, balut.
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 West
that
Virginia.
definitely sounds.
West Virginia. Mountain Mama.
It's on their flag.
And the
So
Philippines.
Trish would have been.
Couldn't
Oh,
oh. Couldn't tell you. That's mildly racist.
Add that to
too.
the compilation.
Couldn't tell you where the Philippines is on this world map.
Philippines is by Indonesia.
Do not know where that is.
Right up here.
Okay. Is that where everyone goes on their mission trips to hold a shovel next to a poor kid so they feel good about themselves?
The Pacific
Yeah.
Isles.
That was a direct shot at Joey.
No, Joey went on a real mission trip.
Yeah.
Like he actually did stuff. I'm talking about like the ones to like those churches where it's like
Where
I
it's
need $3,000 to go to Costa Rica to rent a surfboard.
It's just a fucking Instagram festival.
is.
With people starving around.
Like they literally like they paint a church, like that's I guess cool, but like they don't need that much money. It's just
Yeah.
a vacation. I talked to someone, they say they get 4 work days, 3 off days. It is
Wow.
literally they ate at a Brazilian steakhouse.
Dude,
This is not
That's
a
a
mission
bad
trip.
look.
This is like it's like when we went to Disney one year, we got free tickets because we went to a timeshare presentation. That's what their work is. That's their timeshare presentation, so they get a fun vacation.
Yeah.
Hot
Yeah.
take on religion.
Let's start
That's a hot take on modern mission work.
Yeah.
I
I want natives to be killed or to be converted.
God.
the Aborigines.
Bring
are
out the
next-
smallpox
Yeah.
blankets.
Yeah, we've gotten too far from our roots. We need gesticulars coming to the new
we
world.
need to just start colonizing.
No
the
one
Philippines.
expects.
We just need to start fresh. You know what I mean? Just-
Guns, glory, gold, baby. Let's
Let's
go.
Let's nuke it all.
We need to take it to the limit.
Push it to the limit.
We need
Expand.
to
One
take
more
it
time.
Expand.
Yeah, what are you getting
to
at?
the limit.
I don't know what you're getting at.
And song drop.
That's a new segment we're working on the podcast called Song Drop.
Called Mind Goes Blank, and you sit silently
Ooh,
staring up. In the
Now would
sky.
be a great time to check the mailbag. Engineer Tommy, can
damn
you
it.
open up the mail pouch?
It's a
There's
of
no
water
mail.
bottles.
There's no mail in there. And there's no mail. Remember, you can send fan mail, questions, and concerns to xxpodcastguyxx@yahoo.com.
Got it up? We got it up, y'all?
Oh yeah, it's up. Send your stuff, and we'll get
It's not
Tommy
up.
working.
I opened up a
All
P.O.
right,
box.
Tommy. Well, thanks for all your hard work. We'll see you next time. Back to the show.
What's the worst thing you've ever done?
To
That
whom?
is a transition.
Okay. Yeah. That's what we call
I'm
in
not
the
going
business.
to disclose that.
Worst thing I've
Yeah,
ever
that's-
done.
That's something I'm not going to
Have
talk
you-
about.
all right,
I
have
stole $5,000 from a Quick Trip.
Does murder count?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying.
I'm gonna go with that.
Question
At the
diffused.
time that this podcast airs, that
Okay.
hasn't happened yet.
No,
Next Friday.
All right. You're on a list after saying that.
Oh,
'cause
yeah.
This is on the actually not on the World Wide Web yet.
Not
Tommy,
yet.
Mark that down. Get it to the FBI.
Tommy's not here anymore. You ruined the bit, Mitchell.
Hey, how do y'all feel about electric cars?
And so, how do you guys feel about?
They're pretty good.
Good.
I think they're great, and we need to get away from using fossil fuels as soon as possible before we destroy our planet and everything that's on it.
He's right. I like those water cars.
Water cars, boats.
Yeah. Oh fuck, that's what they're called.
Yeah.
No, but I think a Tesla. I would love to have a really nice Tesla.
They're zippy.
If
Yeah.
Elon Musk, if you're watching this, we'll take 4 red Teslas.
You know, Tesla's falling apart right now.
Yeah.
in the
Are
stock
they?
market.
Really?
Yeah.
they're having a lot
They
of
can't
trouble
make enough.
financially.
Well,
They can't make enough, really?
Yeah.
That's part of the problem.
Oh.
Yeah,
Elon,
they
just hire
haven't-
more
they
people.
haven't
It's that
made
easy.
A profit, have they?
No, so basically, it's looked like they're making a
Profit.
profit. Sorry, thank you everybody.
Jonah
Uh,
was a prophet.
I was at one time.
I
But,
said Jonah.
Joey
Oh,
is what you
oh.
meant to say there.
Is that
but
what you considered yourself on your mission trip?
I was a prophet. I was a god to this.
Oh, Jesus. Shout out to God if you're listening.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
The world screamed,
Love you, man.
and I answered.
You see, this is technology. You don't have this.
Started throwing iPhones at the kids.
iPhone 2s and 1s. Like, they
Yeah.
didn't care.
Yeah.
No chargers.
Yeah.
They didn't work.
That's exactly what I didn't do.
Cricket wireless.
Good service.
Is that
I
what
have
you
it.
use?
I do.
I've heard great things about Cricket Wireless.
Cricket is phenomenal.
Do you
Fall
know
asleep on it.
you know crickets per gram have more protein than cows?
Grubs too.
Grubs?
Yeah.
Like, I would,
Most
like-
insects.
I feel like if we put as much money into like insect food as we did like beef, we'd be like
Wait, do
way
you pronounce it
better off.
insect
I'm with you
or
on that one.
incest?
Incest. incest should be legal 2019.
If we're on the topic of climate change, that would also be a great way to alleviate the damage that the meat market is doing to the atmosphere.
Which meat market?
Hot take.
Ferguson's on
We can't
369.
name drop.
69
damn it.
30040.
But yeah,
We're coming for you.
to produce
Get me
like
pretzel.
I don't remember the statistic, but to produce like 1 ounce of meat,
Next
it
Friday.
requires way more land than it does to produce like triple the amount of food that you would if you grew a vegetable.
Well, and not to mention we're feeding most of our meat corn, which could be used to feed humans instead of.
Well, yeah,
But goddamn,
And-
hot dogs are
and
good.
also they
I'll
contribute
be frank.
to the ozone layer
Fuck
with
you.
methane.
If
additional-
climate change
exactly.
were, if climate change is real, why does it get cold in the winters? Exactly.
Debunked.
I guess you're right.
That was a quote from Trump. He was like, "Why is it?
Is
if
it?
it was like, why if climate
quote?
change is real? Why is it so cold outside right
When
now?"
was
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
used that
during-
on an interview show I did during
Really?
school.
During one of
Interviewed
his
like a biology professor.
during one of Trump's speeches, he said like it was a speech in like Minnesota or something, and he like said, "Wow, could really use a little bit of that climate change that the left is always talking about." And
You guys
it's
see,
like Minnesota in December.
you guys see that Hollywood's considering leaving Georgia over that heartbeat bill,
Yeah,
the abortion one.
Yikes.
Yeah, could be bad.
I didn't realize that Ozark was filmed like
Mhm.
on Lake
Oh, yeah,
Lanier,
they-
on
they fil-
Shady Grove Road.
They filmed some scenes like on Charleston Park, like 3 miles from my house.
Yeah,
Shit,
I
didn't
went.
know
I
that.
went swimming at the house. It's filmed at.
Really?
On
Yeah.
Shady Grove.
Which house is that?
It's Catherine's
we go-
friends.
uh,
One of her friends, or her sister's
Jason
friend's
Jason
house.
Bateman.
Jason Bateman was
You're just
there.
good
Dude, I
friends.
swam with Jason
you,
Bateman.
you were on set. They had to keep yelling at you to get like out of the shot.
Dude,
Who
actually,
is he?
there's one scene.
Looks public property, bitch.
Get him out of here.
There's one scene where I am the little boy, and they just
Oh,
play it off.
Yeah, no one really noticed. He's kind of
Yeah.
a minor character.
Yeah.
Why is he swimming with a sweater?
You guys like Ozarks?
No shit underneath that.
I watched.
Yeah.
I watched like the first season.
You mean
I,
Ozark?
I couldn't really get into it.
Do not care. Do you like Ozark or both seasons of Ozarks? Like I consider each one an Ozark.
Bank of the Ozarks. I like Ozark. I'm on episode 8.
Have you gotten to the part where Jason dies yet?
I know he doesn't because I've seen the season 2.
Oh,
trailer.
spoilers. Wait, you're only on season 1?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, he dies.
No, he doesn't die. If he died, the show would be
His
over.
hair pink.
What?
No, that was a Drake and Josh reference.
Really?
Now that's a show that could hold my attention when I
Yeah.
was younger.
I rewatched that, like the whole thing, over in my like sophomore year of college.
There's a video of Drake Bell doing the theme song to
iCarly,
no
to Batman.
Drake and Josh,
Oh.
and it's amazing.
Oh.
So,
Doesn't he
I
do it?
thought it would be so simple, but
Did you
yeah,
have
he
to
does do it,
snap?
but it was on stage. Yeah.
Okay.
You gotta get on beat. Whenever I like try to sing a little bit, I always pull out my pocket metronome.
Yeah.
I think Gleb's tired.
We're
He's
losing him
rubbing his
fast.
head. I mean, we're at right around an hour right now, so we can go ahead and do some closing remarks,
Yeah.
and we can finish
yeah.
this boy off.
All right, Joe. On your
Yep.
first podcast,
Okay.
how do you feel? Are you crying right now?
You asked how I felt.
You're right. Jesus.
No, I'm not
We
crying.
moved you.
You did move me. I had a great time. Honestly, I feel like
He's not invited back.
you guys are some of my best friends. It has been a
What a
quite
factual
an
statement.
honor.
I feel bad for
I'm
you.
I'm enamored that you would even choose to have me. I feel unworthy, and madly
in love.
Erect.
in love. Well, that goes without saying.
All right.
I think we should get an AC or some type of airflow down
Nope.
here.
Yeah, you'd be able to hear it on the microphones.
Maybe we should just take that fucking sweater off. Am I right, everybody?
Hey-o.
Oh, hot take, hot take.
Hot Mitchell.
You know, Gleb, maybe if you wore the sweater, you'd be less of an asshole.
It's hot.
You see,
Diffused.
this is what happens every time I'm with this guy. I'm done.
This concludes another episode of the Zesty Podcast, episode 3. Be sure to tune in Fridays for the Zesty Podcast. My name, of course, is Tony Shire.
I'm Mitchell Stonehands Gun.
Joey Becknell.
Gleb Mickiewicz.
And we will see you on the next one.